there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. We're with match number 1 with the Jund Delvelution. Let's hope for some God draws here, because I think that this is what this deck is going to need to actually be dealing with the very hostile Path of Exile type metagame that we live in right now, the Abzan Path of Exile metagame that is very rampant right now in the MTGO scene. Many of you may know that it was the #1 deck by far played at Worlds for the competitive pro players, which again was probably a metagame call more than anything. Abzan, according to the numbers, hasn't been putting up the greatest numbers like on MTGO or some of these other non-Worlds type tournaments, but I think that it's a pretty good deck to run against the extremely fast decks that try to kill you on like turn 2, turn 3. Lingering Souls is a great way to clog up the board, and Path to Exile is the best answer for those type of decks. So we're going to be incredibly greedy and keep this, as we have the Faithless Looting. Faithless Looting is basically like a mulligan, and we can hit into hopefully a card that we need. I mean, this is a very greedy keep with double Eldritch Evolution, but we have what we want, and it's going to be a Delver deck. So this is actually, first turn Delver is going to be very rough to deal with. We'll go ahead, and Overgrown Tomb actually does allow us to Inquisition. That might just be better on turn number 1. But I mean, we're doing damage to ourselves. We're going to Inquisition him, and this really hurts. I think we just get rid of the Vapor Snag is the card I have to get rid of. But that's a very aggressive hand. This is the aggressive Delver list with Monastery Swiftspears. And it's going to be pretty rough to get out. I mean, I need to get this Angler as quickly as possible out on the board. And that's why I got rid of the Vapor Snag. We just need this not to flip. Okay, it doesn't flip. So that usually is the difference between winning and losing the game a lot of times, when the Delver hits or not. But he's going to double Swiftspear and then Gitaxian Probe me, which then gives them +1/+1. So he's got a very good hand. And again, this is going to be rough to deal with, as I'm taking 5 going down to 13. And then I need another green source still. So Bloodstained Mire is kind of nice. I think if we Bloodstained Mire and then go get a green-red source, is that the best line of play? Because then I can get out the Angler as quick as possible. Or the Mandrills. So Hooting Mandrills will get the following turn. So I need a Stomping Grounds here, and that put 1 in the graveyard, and then the Faithless Looting will put some more. Yeah, I think that's the best line of play. So we're gonna Bloodstained Mire. I hurt myself a lot here by going to get a Stomping Grounds though, but that allows us to cast Eldritch Evolution, and we'll Faithless Looting. And at this point, I don't think I need this other Eldritch Evolution. I mean, it's nice though to get Elesh Norn. I actually think it's just going to be Tormenting Voice and Wooded Foothills. So I'd rather keep some more self-mill. I could get rid of the Mountain. No, it's just going to get rid of the Tormenting Voice and Wooded Foothills, I think, and keep the other Eldritch Evolution up. I could get rid of Eldritch Evolution, just to have. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So perfect. We have enough for the Hooting Mandrills. And hopefully he doesn't have like another Vapor Snag, because if not, we'll get Elesh Norn out next turn. We do have to worry about mana leaks and things like that. I just didn't see any. His thing does not hit. But we're living the dream right now. And we know he didn't. Oh, he drew a Snapcaster Mage. That's pretty much game there. So the Vapor Snag was a great. A lot of times those aren't something that are in the main, and that's going to pump up both of them. Yeah. So the drawing of the Snapcaster Mage was the difference between winning and losing, because we would have drawn into, or not drawn. We would have been able to go Elesh Norn, and Elesh Norn just absolutely. So the Neonate does give us a play for next turn. because we will survive by just blocking the Snapcaster Mage. I think that's my only hope. Unless the Delver flips. And it flips into a Forked Bolt, which is definitely the best. So this is the old school Delver deck, just a very aggressive Delver deck. I don't think that we are positioned to really beat this deck. Inquisition will need to come in, I think. I don't think we bring anything else in. I don't think I go for Scavenging Ooze. It's just going to be too little too late. Terastodon can come out. We're probably never going to Terastodon because we just need to get Griselbrand or Elesh Norn. So kind of like a one-trick pony here. The Vapor Snag was huge. Yeah, I think it's going to get worse for us later on. I could bring in Abrupt Decays and just try to kill those things. They can't be countered. They seem pretty good. The problem is with this deck is it also has a lot of just damage-based spells, as you saw, with like Fork Bolts and Lightning Bolts. So bring in like Abrupt Decays. I don't know if it really helps our chances. The Vengeance seems very weird here in this particular deck, but the Collective Brutality is still fine. And we need to resolve an Elesh Norn as quickly as possible. So I think that the right way to go about this is Noxious Revival just can come out, and I'll just run the... We do want the Abrupt Decays. I absolutely do think that those are the way to win this one. So maybe just like a Tormenting Voice. Have to play a little heavier of the control route. But this is one of the more difficult matchups, I would say. Anything with Counter Magic or Bounce is tough. I mean, Path to Exile is also tough, but I think that this is also keepable. But we need to hit some lands. We absolutely don't hit some lands. I'm going to get rid of an Angler. And ouch, this really, really hurts. So the Angler can go away, and I think just Griselbrand. We don't have a way to get it back, ever. And that was rough. But Elesh Norn is better than Griselbrand, so I need to hit a land next turn. Otherwise, we're pretty much done. The Tormenting Voice is good because we can just get rid of like an Inquisition. I can almost Tasigur, but again, the Vapor Snags are just really, really good. I do get the Inquisition next turn if I don't have a play, and then can get rid of something in his hand that is worthwhile. I mean, he could be very... Oh, geez. Tormod's Crypt is rough. And there goes the Tormod's Crypt. He blew that kind of early, though, so I'm okay with that. And we get the Neonate. I think I'd just rather Inquisition right now, though. And Blood Moon, Thoughtscour, Young Pyromancer, and even a Bedlam Reveler that I can't deal with. So I'm just going to get rid of the Young Pyromancer. The Blood Moon, though, is just going to basically win the game, I believe, unless I can just get basic lands. So that does hurt, but we at least get rid of his turn 2 play. And he'll have to go like Thoughtscour this turn. But he draws a Visions. But Blood Moon is going to get us next turn too. That's another thing that this deck is completely vulnerable to. And we don't hit it. So Blood Moon again will get... I have to go for a discard draw. And we do hit the Bloodstained Mire, so I just have to go get a basic, though, a basic Swamp. So that helps us out a little bit, gives us a little bit of action with finding... The problem is Eldritch Evolution is probably out of the equation. We just got to beat down with Tasigur now. See if he goes Blood Moon. I wouldn't be surprised. Yep. But we did Hail Mary and find that Swamp. And you never know, this could be the difference. And if we draw into like a basic Forest, that's pretty decent. Collective Brutality is also good here. I can Tormenting Voice to try to find... So I can just get rid of the Abrupt Decay or the Eldritch Evolution actually here. Or do I just go Tasigur right off the bat? I think I just go Tasigur. This gives us some play, some action. We can Collective Brutality. So there's the Swift Spear. And he Thought Scours himself. And he finds the Vapor Snag. Womp womp. But this leaves him open to Collective Brutality. We'll actually will kill the... and this is a mountain, that's fine. So I'm going to Collective Brutality here. And probably just 2 modes because we don't need the Eldritch Evolution. 3 modes, I could get rid of the Abrupt Decay. Yeah, let's do 3 modes. So here, here, here. And then we'll discard the... maybe I want the Tormenting Voice. No, this is still the... That puts enough in. I mean, I'm putting all eggs in one basket here with the... Yeah, I think it's just 2 modes. I don't think I want the life. Yeah, just 2 modes. So, target opponent reveals his hand and target creature gets -2, -2. I know he's got a Blood Moon. I can't... Yeah, he has 1 unknown for sure, so hopefully this gets it. So we'll discard these 2. Or just the Abrupt Decay. Oh yeah, that's why I did what I did. My bad. Definitely my bad, because I was like, I need to discard 2 cards, so... Oh, this gives us Eldritch Evolution, though. So Bolt goes away, we kill a Swift Spear, and then next turn we can Tormenting Voice with Eldritch Evolution. No red source so far for the Reveler. He's going to cast another Blood Moon and pass. So we're getting quite lucky he hasn't found that other red source, because the Reveler just puts him back in this, and it's a tough card for me to deal with. So let's go ahead and Tormenting Voice. And he has 1 unknown, it's not a land, so I still think Inquisition is the right route to go, since I can't quite. And we get a Forked Bolt. So, I mean, it's okay. It's kind of going our way. The Reveler is very, very rough. He's going to Forked Bolt me. And then now we can definitely go for the Tasigur or the Angler. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think the Angler's just better. Just get rid of it all. But a Snapcaster Mage gets him out of this. He's going to bolt me. All right, so far so good. I mean, we're sort of in the lead here. Faithless Looting does seem better. And we'll get rid of Eldritch Evolution and Abrupt Decay. And this allows us to Tasigur. Probably shouldn't have played that one. But let's go ahead and attack in with the Angler. This allows us next turn to just Lightning Bolt win. And Snapcaster isn't as good as it was because now he has to Snapcaster and he'll just scoop. He's not dead. He's got another turn to Hail Mary. Yeah, he's fine. We would have Tormenting Voice and not drawn anything. So we do win a game due to the fact that our Control Shell actually worked out pretty well. The problem is, like, Scavenging Ooze actually, I don't know. The Scavenging Ooze just need to come in. What's the bad cards, though, here? I don't think I can really... And Tormenting Voice, I think, absolutely has to come in, though. So Abrupt Decays take care of Delver. Maybe I just want to go less than Abrupt Decays, and I'll put in 1 Ooze. The Ooze is just so awkward in this deck just because of the lack of green sources. And I could put Needle in for Tormod's Crypt. I don't think that's the right route to go either. So let's just go ahead and submit this. Iona's kind of nice too because Iona can name blue. I could definitely put Iona in, but it only works off of the Angler and it only shuts down half his deck. But is that the half of the deck that just wins though? I think it is. It just might just be more powerful than Griselbrand. I want another target though. Yeah, Ooze I think just doesn't get the nod, but only Angler can be found off the Iona. But it really does seem, naming blue does seem like that is pretty good. We have the one lander again with the Faithless Looting. We have double Tasigur though. I think this is keepable because the Bolt is really good here too. Our opponent does mulligan to 6 and keeps a card on top, so we like that card. And see if he goes Delver here. If he goes Delver, I bolt it. I don't mess around with it. So, and now we have a Blood Crypt is nice. So a bolt the Delver. That's going to ruin his game plan because he probably kept a card on top. Geez, the new mulligan rule really helps the Delver decks. And he finds the Young Pyromancer in the bin. That's awesome. He does have the secondary land. We do as well. I'll just go get a black source. No, I need to go get a green and black. So Blood Moon is still also something that hurts. Maybe Thoughtseize is something that I should have brought in. You know, Thoughtscour himself again. I mean, this deck is very, very good at just going through their library. And we drew the Iona. That hurts really bad. 2 of our 3 targets are now in our hand. But, I mean, it's something we can Faithless Looting. Jeez. And now all the Tasigurs. But it's something, again, we can still Faithless Looting back. So Iona goes away for sure. And one of the Tasigurs. And here, what I'm going to do right now, because I don't want Blood Moon, is we're just going to go get a forest. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. I'd rather just Hooting Mandrills here. So see if Blood Moon comes out. It's just going to be a Swiss Spear. And a Delver. All right, so we'll go ahead and Bloodstained Mire for an Overgrown Tomb. And I am just going to Eldritch Evolution right now. And there's Elesh Norn. So now he needs a Vapor Snag. And it already got advantage, killed a Swiss Spear and a Delver. His Young Pyromancer, Delver, Swiss Spear out of the question. There's Gitaxian Probe, he sees my terrible hand. Neonate's fine, it's huge. There's the Neonate. I don't believe we can. I think we just want the Neonate. Puts him on a 2-turn rather than a 3-turn clock. So he does have the mana for Blood Moon. Blood Moon's fine. So we don't have a black source now. He does not have a... So the Bull... Okay, we'll just discard a Tasigur or Griselbrand. We'll never cast that. We'd have a 1-of Swamp in here that we can draw into. And we do have... Or we actually don't have the Mandrills, though, is the problem. Reveler fills back up his hand. But it's a 1-2, so he needs that Vapor Snag. Unfortunately, we're drawing all of the wrong cards, but this puts us into Lightning Bolt range. Okay, so he kills his Reveler. He's going to go the long route. Down to a 3. That's very pivotal. Finds his second blue source. I just realized that he couldn't do like Snapcaster Mage for any blue until his own Blood Moon kind of cheated him out, and we actually win that game. Blood Moon was tough, but just the early delve strategy and Eldritch Evolution actually works out. So far 1-0 with the deck. That was fun. We'll go on to the next match. This has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.